It's Christmas time. This small business is in danger. There's lots of awkward heterosexuality, and I'm here to review them.
Welcome to the final day of the 12 days of Christmas movie reviews. Yes, I realize it's 2 weeks since Christmas happened, but nevertheless, I stay committed to finishing off a season, even if extremely late. And so today I'll be reviewing Netflix's Christmas movie, Love Hard, starring Nina Dobrev and Jimmy O. Yang. Natalie is a writer for a TMZ Vulture-type mix of online publication, and she writes a series on her horrible dates through dating apps. But her coworker says to her, you want to find romance, you shouldn't just look at LA guys, so she expands her territory to the entire US, and Natalie matches with Josh. And they begin to hit it off, really have a lot in common, texting through the app constantly. And so Natalie decides to surprise Josh for Christmas, going to Lake Placid, New York, where he lives. But when she arrives, she soon finds out the surprise is on her. Josh has catfished her with photos of his friend Tag. And so, as a result, Natalie feels betrayed and stupid and whatever you might feel when you get catfished. But ultimately, Josh, played by Jimmy O. Yang, convinces Natalie to go ahead and act as his girlfriend for the remainder of Christmas because he has been friends with Tag since they were young, so he knows everything about Tag. So he will teach her how to get with Tag and become his girlfriend. And so that's really what happens. Hijinks ensues, and so as a result, will Natalie end up falling for Tag, or will Natalie find the depth of why she connected with Josh to begin with to romance with Josh? Romance with? Oh, I think you know the answer to the question anyway. So I had a weird watching experience with Love Hard. I watched this movie in 6 parts, which is crazy because it's not Ben-Hur, it's a 1 hour, 40-minute movie. But maybe that's just me and it's not how your experience would be. But the reason this happened was just because something about this movie, there were just times where I'm like, I'm not into this and I need to stop, but I will finish it. And so first of all, Love Hard likes to play off the recent trends of social media in relation to Christmas. And so, is Love Actually a good Christmas movie? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Is Baby It's Cold Outside creepy? So that becomes a regular part to the movie, and it's planted its seeds early on, and it's kind of irritating, to me at least. So then, the biggest problem that I had with the movie, almost throughout the movie, is that it does not know what its identity is to me. And I'm trying to figure that out as the movie is progressing, and I don't know what it wants to be. When it comes to Christmas movies, and why I do these reviews is, the reviews are silly, obviously, but it's because the movies are silly. And so I didn't know if it was wanting to be like a Hallmark Lifetime-type Christmas movie, if it was making fun of Hallmark Lifetime Christmas movies, or if it was trying to be an intelligent, funny Christmas rom-com. And at different points throughout the movie, it almost seems to shift between those things. And because of that, it was, it's still a good movie, but it's disappointing when you as a viewer, in my case, me as a viewer, I guess, I don't know about you, but I just did not know what the identity of the movie and what it wanted to be. And I think it's a shame because it is a clever movie. There are many parts that are written well, cleverly written, funny stuff. They plant those seeds for a reason because then those become jokes later. So it has an intelligence to it, and it has characters with depth. But unfortunately, it falls back into me like, I don't understand what you want to be as a movie. And in the way that it progresses, these characters do have really great depth to them, but it doesn't get explored enough because it's still falling back to being like a, run-of-the-mill Christmas rom-com, when it really could have been something much deeper and even more intelligent and more funny. So it was all right. Like for example, there are stereotypes to it, right? Like, of course, an Asian nerdy guy is who's catfishing, and then he's a nerd and he lives in the basement of his parents' house. But at times, they're obviously wanting with the movie to strip down those stereotypes, even to address them, make fun of them. But I don't know if that I don't know what they wanted by doing that with the purpose of it, if that makes sense. And then it's not that funny, however way they go about approaching it. So again, like, it's just a movie that lacks that identity to me, and it wraps up super quickly and comfortably in a way like a Hallmark Lifetime movie would. But that doesn't make sense to me when you've had so much depth to these characters in bringing it up. A funny moment is that it starts off feeling like Sex in the City because she does voiceover as she's typing and about her dating and whatever. And my partner was overhearing it, and she's like, "Oh my God, she's in another Christmas movie." And she thought that Melissa Joan Hart was speaking, which is not. But you realize with the voiceover, Nina Dobrev does sound like Melissa Joan Hart. Anyway, Melissa Joan Hart's in a ton of Christmas movies. Anyway, my partner was not wrong. But gosh, yeah, I'm not going to review 3 Melissa Joan Hart Christmas movies. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So anyway, I'm unpacking Love Hard. There's a lot to it. Ultimately, I will say it's still worth watching, but it's hard when I struggled through it for a variety of different weird reasons that were all having to do with I didn't know exactly what I was watching or getting out of this Christmas movie, and I still don't in the end, because I did like these characters, even the supporting characters, and I thought there was a lot there where it could have gone to a depth and a level of intelligence with this character and these subjects that would have been great, but it fell back into being kind of just a cheesy rom-com. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's Love Hard to explain, I suppose. So anyway, on a scale of a partridge in a pear tree to 12 drummers drumming, I give it the rating I've given the most out of all these movies. I give Love Hard 8 maids a-milking. So that concludes this season. Not a single one partridge in a pear tree or 12 drummers drumming for any of these movies. But that's okay. I didn't finish one movie. It caught all the whole range of things still anyway. Well, thanks for watching. I hopefully will do this again, have a 3rd season next year. I want to, because I'm very much looking forward to that Lindsay Lohan Netflix Christmas movie that will be coming out. And I just want to say, I know it's days after the fact. I know I procrastinated on our last episode, but just want to say to all of you, Happy New Year, and hope 2022 is better than how the past couple of years have felt out there for all of you. So take care, and Merry Christmas, now 2 weeks after the fact.